Welcome to Vast Infoverse, the space for thinkers, doers, and self-growers. Every week, we bring clarity, habits, and life tools that help you evolve one intentional choice at a time. This isn't just content, it's your personal growth launchpad. Let's begin. If you've ever felt stuck in your own mind, like you're constantly second-guessing yourself or falling short on goals, you're not alone. Self-doubt is one of the biggest roadblocks to personal growth, yet most people don't know how to transform that inner resistance into lasting momentum. In this video, we're going to shift that. You'll learn how to turn self-doubt into disciplined action across 3 life-changing areas: your mindset, your health, and your personal development. We'll dive into how your thoughts shape your habits, why your body plays a bigger role in mental clarity than you think, and how small wins can create massive confidence. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand where self-doubt comes from, you'll know exactly how to move through it with intention and strength. So take a deep breath. This is where things begin to shift. Self-doubt often feels like a character flaw, but it's actually a signal. It tells you you're standing at the edge of your comfort zone, right where growth begins. Studies show that nearly 70% of people experience imposter feelings at some point in their lives. That means doubting yourself isn't rare, it's human. The mistake isn't in feeling self-doubt, it's in believing it. Let's take a real-life example. A new graduate stepping into their first job. They might feel unqualified even if they've trained for years. But that anxiety, it's the mind adjusting to a new level. Recognizing self-doubt as a signpost instead of a dead end is key. It's not saying stop, it's asking you to level up. Remember this, the presence of doubt means the presence of potential. Shifting from self-doubt to self-discipline starts in the mind. One of the most powerful changes you can make is moving from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, I'm either good at this or I'm not. A growth mindset says, I can learn anything with effort and time. Consider someone struggling with public speaking. A fixed mindset will avoid every opportunity, while a growth mindset leans in, sees mistakes as part of the process, and gets better with every attempt. Research in neuroscience proves that the brain is capable of rewiring itself through repeated practice and intention. To rewire your mindset, start by noticing the language you use. Replace I can't with I'm learning how to. Every time you reframe your thoughts, you're laying the foundation for consistent, confident action. Enjoyed the video so far? If you have, hit the like and subscribe. It really supports the channel and lets me know you appreciate the content. Don't forget to check out the recommended reading in the description. Let's get back to it. Learning isn't about being perfect, it's about being committed. Warriors don't wait to feel confident before they train. They train through discomfort until confidence becomes the result. The same applies to your personal growth. Whether you're trying to develop a skill, build a new habit, or simply get better at showing up, approach it with the mindset of a student, not an expert. Start with manageable challenges, track your progress, and celebrate effort over outcome. Studies show that consistent learners develop stronger problem-solving skills and are more adaptable under pressure. Think of someone who failed their first business, but used that failure as fuel for their next success. They didn't quit, they learned and recalibrated. Learning like a warrior means showing up, no matter how shaky you feel, and choosing to grow through the challenge. It's easy to think of discipline as purely mental, but the truth is, your physical health sets the stage for everything. Sleep, hydration, and nutrition all play direct roles in how your brain functions. Lack of sleep, for example, can reduce cognitive performance by up to 40%, making decision-making harder and self-discipline weaker. Imagine trying to resist a bad habit after 5 hours of sleep. It's not a fair fight. Fueling your body with water-rich foods, stabilizing your blood sugar with regular meals, and moving your body daily can all help stabilize your mood and energy. This doesn't mean perfection. It means recognizing that discipline thrives when your body is supported. Take care of your system and you give your mind the tools it needs to stay consistent. Daily discipline doesn't come from motivation. It comes from structure. Building a routine gives your brain an anchor, something predictable to return to, even when life feels chaotic. Think of routines as mental automation. When you tie certain habits to specific times, like meditating after brushing your teeth or journaling with your morning coffee, you reduce the energy it takes to follow through. Over time, those small acts build identity. You become someone who follows through. Take the example of a woman who starts each day with a 10-minute walk. It may seem small, but that ritual signals, I care for my body. I keep promises to myself. When your day has an anchor, you're not left drifting, you're grounded, focused, and far more likely to stay on course. Life doesn't stop throwing challenges just because you've set a goal. Emotional resilience is your ability to bend without breaking. It's what helps you keep going when things feel heavy. One powerful practice is recognizing your emotional patterns without judgment. For example, when you feel anxious before a big task, don't label it as weakness. Instead, name it, breathe through it, and choose to act anyway. Techniques like box breathing, quick journaling, or even a cold splash of water can help reset your nervous system. In high-stress environments like hospitals or military training, these tools are used to keep people calm under pressure, and they work just as well in everyday life. Emotional resilience is built, not born. Each time you choose to show up through discomfort, you strengthen it. Big goals often create big pressure, and that's where self-doubt thrives. The antidote? Break everything down. Micro goals turn overwhelm into momentum. For instance, instead of saying, I'll write a book, say, I'll write 100 words a day. That small action becomes a win you can repeat daily. Psychologists have found that completing even the smallest task triggers a dopamine release, reinforcing your desire to do it again. That's the feedback loop of discipline. Over time, those small wins stack into bigger confidence. Think of the person who loses 50 pounds, not by overhauling their life overnight, but by walking 10 minutes each day and cutting soda. They started small and won big. When you master the art of tiny goals, you create a life of consistent progress. Discipline is not about grinding yourself into the ground. Real discipline is sustainable. It respects your energy, honors your limits, and adjusts when life demands flexibility. Many people fall into the trap of all-or-nothing thinking, either working out every day or giving up entirely. But that approach leads to burnout, not growth. Instead, think of discipline like a dial, not a switch. On low-energy days, dial it down but keep the habit. Maybe your workout becomes stretching, maybe your writing becomes brainstorming. What matters is that you keep the promise, even in a smaller form. That's how you stay consistent without breaking yourself down. Burnout comes from ignoring your needs. Discipline thrives when your habits fit your real life. The people you surround yourself with influence your mindset more than you might realize. When your environment encourages growth, discipline becomes easier. But when you're around constant negativity or people who don't value change, it's like trying to run with weights on your ankles. Think about someone who joins a supportive fitness group and within months starts eating better, sleeping earlier, and showing up more consistently. The accountability, the encouragement, the shared progress, it changes everything. If your current circle doesn't lift you, you don't have to cut them out. But you do need to seek spaces that challenge and support you. Whether it's online communities, mentorships, or close friends, choose people who remind you of who you're becoming, not who you've outgrown. So how do you flip the script from self-doubt to unstoppable drive? Start by acting before you feel ready. Confidence is built after action, not before. A useful reframe is this: if you feel nervous, it probably means you care. And that's good. Lean into that. Take the student who's terrified before a presentation but delivers it anyway. That experience rewires their brain. Next time, the fear is smaller. Drive doesn't come from forcing yourself to be fearless. It comes from moving forward while fear rides in the passenger seat. Every time you push through the voice that says, "What if I fail?" and replace it with, "What if I succeed?" you're turning doubt into power. You're training yourself to show up for the life you want. You've just learned how self-doubt is a signal, not a stop sign. How mindset, health, habits, and support systems all work together to shape the disciplined version of you. Now it's time to take one step, not a massive leap, just one thing. Choose a tiny habit you'll start today. Maybe it's drinking a full glass of water in the morning, journaling for 5 minutes, or going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Keep it small, keep it doable, and most of all, keep it daily. Because discipline isn't about the finish line, it's about who you become every time you follow through. You're not stuck, you're becoming. And that first promise you keep to yourself, that's where the real transformation begins. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. See you in the next one.